The entire family seemed to echo Stephen's sentiments. Meghan had gone from the background to the spotlight, and all it took was a little illness and a near-psychotic episode. She assured everyone that she was fine, that the worst of it was over, and that the days to follow would be far less screwed up. Despite these assurances, her mother still tried to persuade her to wear a diaper. Just to be on the safe side, Nancy discreetly explained. Meghan wasn't too thrilled, but she didn't see the harm in it. Besides, her entire family already knew that she wore them, and she had embarrassed herself plenty the day before. At least she could resume the duties of changing herself once more. Her day was on the upswing, and her weekend was close to being salvaged when things ground to a halt. Without warning, Ted showed up. Nancy wasn't thrilled to see him. She blamed him at least partially for Meghan's episode, but let him in nonetheless. After all the grief she had been through over Ted, Meghan did not want to see him. She had physically recovered, but she still felt somewhat vulnerable. And while he had seen her sick plenty of times throughout the course of their relationship, she nonetheless didn't want him to see her in a diaper. Since there was no time to change, she merely hoped he wouldn't notice. Ted was almost overbearingly apologetic at first. "Geez, I'm so sorry," he remarked, placing his hands upon her shoulders. Meghan felt that he should be sorry, but said nothing. "This is totally my fault." Meghan shook her head. She couldn't pin this entirely on him. Some, if not most, of it was her doing. "I shouldn't have. I mean, Christ, Ted, I could have killed someone the way I was driving. But you made it home, and that's what counts." "Yeah. Still, I probably should have known something was wrong." "Let it go, Ted, just let it go." He did, and so did she. They talked for a while, and inevitably Ted's new girlfriend crept her way into the conversation. Meghan felt queasy at the very mention of her, but kept her mouth shut. It wasn't Ted's fault that he was somehow making her sick. After all, he was nice enough to visit and nice enough to be her friend. Maybe she was better off not knowing him. Ted's visit threw Meghan's mood for a loop. She was sour and irritable for the rest of the day and kept mostly to herself. Her bed, which had been like a prison during her illness, was once again a source of comfort as she lay down and pounded the pillows in frustration. She eventually grabbed a pen and paper and tried to write out some of what she was feeling, but it did her no good. Stupid Ted, she thought. Hate him. Or do I hate me? Hate this life, that's for sure. Why can't things be like they were last summer? She yawned and stretched. It seemed as if she was always tired lately. Sleeping and wetting her diaper were the only constants in her life. Maybe her parents were right. Maybe she did need to talk to a counselor. The day that followed was much of the same. Meghan woke up wet, sighed and changed. She called Bledsoe's to let them know she would in fact be coming in that day. Josh was relieved to hear that she was feeling better and scheduled her for the later afternoon-evening shift. Nancy had gone into work already, but she left Meghan a note with the name of the counselor and how to reach her office. Meghan examined it curiously for a moment and opted to discard it. She seemed better now. Give her a call. It couldn't hurt, and she needed some answers.